Someone from your past or your future. Someone you've never met or wished you'd never met. Someone you miss or who is missing you. Someone has something to say to you.
If I could send a message to anyone in the world, it would be to my son.
First I was confused. I had no idea who would be sending a message to me.
He's going to see me and hear my voice for the very first time in his whole life.
I always yearned to find my real parents and know that that's where I came from.
Oh my God. I had a son when I was 15 years old, and I've wanted to find him ever since. It would bring everything in life that's important and whole into perspective for me to be able to find him and hold him in my arms, even if it was just one time. I was very much in love with the boy who got me pregnant, and my parents took me to his parents' home to see what to do about the situation. And unfortunately, the boy's parents thought their son wasn't the boy that was responsible for the pregnancy. And he wound up getting his girlfriend pregnant at the same time and married her instead of me. It's a half-an-hour delivery. They asked me if I wanted to hold him, and as much as I wanted to, I knew I couldn't because I knew I had to give him away. And the nurses were quite mean to me because I wouldn't hold him, but I knew if I did, I wouldn't be able to let him go. It was hard enough just knowing that I had to give him away. But if I had to touch him and hold him and give him away, it was going to be an impossible thing for me to live with. If I had been able to keep my son, I would have been a mother. I would have had a life that was full of sharing instead of searching. I'm going to send a message to my son. I'm going to have the opportunity to have him see me and hear my voice for the very first time in his whole life. And I hope I say what he needs to hear. And I hope he sees in my eyes all the love that I've had for him his whole life and never been able to show him. Hi, Stephen. I'm your mother.
My name is Stephen Marc Trier, and I live in San Francisco, California. I'm a musician and a composer, producer. I got a phone call asking me if I was willing to receive a message from somebody in my past. First I was confused. I had no idea who would be sending a message to me. I tried to think back about who it could possibly be, from since I was a kid, you know, some of my old friends that I lost touch with or moved away, but I honestly had no clue.
Hi, Stephen. I've searched for you for a lifetime, it seems now. 37 years. I'm your mother. When I was a young girl, I fell in love. The first boy I'd ever been in love with.
And I became pregnant with you. My parents were divorcing at the time, and they already had 6 children. So I had to give you away. And I've always regretted that day, and I've always thought about you, and I've tried to search for you through this lifetime. There's a lot to say to you in a very short period of time, but I have a lifetime to share with you, and look forward to you sharing your life with me, I hope, and I hope you want to meet me. I've waited 37 years for this day. I hope you feel the same.
It's everything I've wanted. I wanted to get in touch with my birth mother since I knew I was adopted. Just to know where I come from, just to be able to look in someone's face and see my own face, you know. I'm real excited. It's a dream come true for both of us.
I miss the clouds up in the sky, I miss the California sun in my eyes.
Ever since I was a child, I knew that I was adopted, and I was raised in a very strict Mormon household, and I always felt a little different.
I wanna rest my lips.
Oh, hey, how are you?
Hello. Nice to see you.
Sweetie. So you ready for this?
I am.
Good.
Let's finish this today.
Yeah, this is the last song, isn't it? Since I was a child, I would hear the church leaders talking about that being gay was second only to abortion or murder, and as though it was a choice. And so I would feel conflicted because I thought, well, why would God send me to hell for how he made me? So I began to have these horrible feelings of self-worthlessness. Just like, why am I alive then? Why do I even try? So eventually that led to a lot of problems in my life. If I wasn't numbing myself with alcohol in high school, then I was numbing myself with, meth for 12 years. My relationship with my adopted parents was difficult and strained after I came out. We didn't talk for some years.
Most of all, I miss you.
I tried about 2 or 3 different times to find my birth mother. My parents had told me that my last name was Trier, and so I started looking myself. I remember as a kid I could look out my window and I would look at the moon through the pine trees, and I would just long for her. And just trusted that somehow the universe was going to make things happen, that we'd be able to meet each other before one of us passed away.
I think the thing I was worried about was that he wouldn't accept me for who I was, and that maybe he had held it against me for having to give him away. I was very worried about those 2 issues coming up. Oh my God, he looks just like one of my brothers. Oh my God.
This year's been very much a year of hardship for me and conflict, and I knew something had to come around the corner. I was really confused this last year. I didn't know why, and just had this sense that I just didn't have any roots. I just didn't have any base to feel secure, to move from. I hope by knowing where I came from, it'll help to, caulk over all these holes in my life that have puzzled me and plagued me since I was a child. All the unanswered questions, all the emotions. That's what I'm excited about.
Is it you? It's you. I can tell. Oh my.
It's okay. I'm not going anywhere. I waited so long to be able to say Mom is who my real mother is.
They told me we stood there for a half an hour in some kind of a gridlock. Neither one of us wanted to let go. We were both too afraid that we'd lose what we just found. It's the most incredible moment in my entire life.
While we were hugging, it just felt like I was hugging my mom, you know? The first time I was, but it was like a little child in me that needed her for so long, finally found home. Thank you for sending me the message.
I've been looking for you for so long.
I posted on as many sites as I possibly could, and I even printed out all the Triers I knew in LA or California, and I was going to call one by one. And
I've been calling people named Trier so that if you ever called them, that they would have my phone number. I called people randomly. I did searches that came up with all kinds of names, but, well, here we are.
I changed my name from my adopted name. I changed it back to my birth name.
You did? When did you do that?
After my other parents basically saw me when I came out.
When what, honey?
When I came out, they said I rubbed the family name in the dirt, so I just said, you can keep it, because I have my own name.
Oh.
And I changed my name. I've used it ever since.
Have you really?
Because I knew it was mine. The only thing I knew was mine.
I'm so proud of you. My whole life has been about finding you, honey. I had to give you up to take care of my own brothers and sisters. And I've regretted every moment of every day I haven't had you in my arms. But I'm so happy to know that you wanted me to. I was so afraid that you wouldn't want me in your life.
You know, I always felt like I lived with my aunt and uncle. I knew you were out there.
I'm so proud of you. Just being my son, I'm proud of you.
That means a lot to me because I struggled for years to make them proud of me.
You simply have to exist for that to happen with me.
It feels really good. My dad said to me when I came out that he didn't invest 22 years of his life, time and money in me for me to tell him that I was gay.
Well, that's
and the love that I felt, the love of a caretaker just drained from me.
Oh, I'm sorry that happened.
I felt so alone. And that was when I took back my name.
Well, I'm proud to have you as my son, and I'm also proud to know you're gay. I celebrate you and who you are on every level, on every single level.
Thank you.
Oh.
It was really a life-changing moment for me. I finally felt that inner sense of peace, like I found home. I feel like there's this whole world open to me now, like of being able to grow more. And I feel like finally I have something that's mine, you know. All I had was a name before, but now the roots are starting to grow and I feel stronger already, more determined, sense of self-worth I didn't have most of my life.
And the message is a miracle. That's what the message is. It's that miracles happen. They really do.
see you again? When will we share precious moments?